What up? This is David, and today I'm in Seoul, South Korea. I'm in Jamsil at Seokcheon Lake. And today what I wanted to talk to you about is the idea of fear. And to fear is to human. And what I want to talk about is really to be able to face your fear, but not just doing it once. Like, facing your fear isn't an ending. It's not a destination. Facing your fear should be an activity that you do again and again and again and again and again. The fear never ends. The fear never ends. And I know like some people like want to seem like all macho and whatnot, but then to fear is to human. To fear is to human, because if we have a working brain, all of us feel the feelings of fear. It's just part of our working brain. It's part of our biology. It's part of our amygdala, the fight or flight section of our brain. We all fear. The fear is to human. But what's not human about fear, and what maybe like differentiates people, is some people feel the fear, but some people do it anyways. So there's like two different roads, right? People feel the fear, and a lot of people, they're like frozen by fear. And so that's the path of cowards. And the other path is the path of the hero's journey, where people feel the fear, but they do it anyway. People feel the resistance, but they punch through anyways. For example, like me shooting these videos, I feel like so much resistance, but then I'm out here doing it anyways. I have so many mess ups in these videos. Some of them I don't even know what I'm gonna say. I'm not like scripting these. I'm like mostly off the cuff for a lot of these videos. But I just punch through anyway. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let me just stand in front of the camera. Let me just try to add some value in some way, or shape or form. And if I mess up, I mess up. And I just roll through the mess ups. And so that's what I want to talk about. To fear is to human, but to courage is to superhuman. And you're gonna notice that these fears, it's not like those Disney fairy tale movies where like, oh, you face the fear, you like slay the monster, and it's over, and that's the happy ending. That doesn't work in real life. In reality, you have to slay the dragon, not just once. You gotta slay it again and again and again and again and again. Courage is like, it's like a muscle. You have to put in the reps. You have to keep going. It's an activity. Just like kind of like working out and building muscle and going to the gym. It's an activity. It's not a destination. It's not an ending. Slaying the dragon, courage, is an activity that you should embrace for the rest of your life. And for the rest of your life, you should be able to face these fears again and again and again and again. Or else, live your life as a coward. Live your life full of regrets, right? And I believe that comes with the territory. And that's just part of the hero's journey. It comes with that journey, facing those fears again and again and again. And if you choose that path, it's something that you just have to embrace. It's just like part of life. Just like going to the gym is part of life. It's hard, there's a lot of resistance, but some people just do it anyways. And the hero, they feel the fear, they feel the resistance, the procrastination, the excuse making, like it's too cold today, there's too many people around, it's not the perfect location, I forgot like a mic at home, or whatever it is. You have to go through it anyways, right? So that's like the idea of facing these dragons again and again. And after the first time you slay that dragon, and by the way, these fears, you can see it as like courage as a global thing and also localized things. So what I mean by that is like how you face fear in one location might be a little bit different from how you face fear in a different location. So I kind of like to equate courage like building different groups of muscle around the body, right? So let's say you face your fear of like public speaking, for example, and you build those courage muscles up over time. You keep doing it again and again. You're slaying the dragons again and again, right? But then when it comes to like maybe like approaching an attractive other opposite sex on the street, like a random stranger, you might get fear there, and those same courage muscles might not be activated. So it's like working out a different part of the body. And so like you want to put in like different reps for like the different things that you fear. Okay, you're like working on like the entire body. And then what I used to do is, and this is like a Tim Ferriss idea, what I used to do like a fear setting workshop for myself. I used to just like sit down and just ask myself, okay, what do I fear? What are my greatest fears? And I used to just write them down. And guess what happens when you keep slaying these dragons again and again? When you slay like your biggest fears, the biggest dragons that you have, and you just go down the line, you get so confident. You're just like, dude, I just slayed the biggest dragon that I have. I went up to, I took a public speaking and I spoke in front of 50 people. I just slayed that dragon. Like my biggest fear, I just slayed it. Everything else is so much easier. Everything else is like a baby dragon at this point, you know? That's what happens when you face your greatest fears. And not only that, but face them again and again and again. And maybe go down that list of facing your fears. So in a sense, it's not just that you are a hero once, you slay the dragon once, and then that becomes the ending of the movie. It's you are perpetually in hero mode. It's a perpetual hero mode. You gotta keep being a hero again and again. Being a hero is not a, it's not a definition, or I mean, it's not a destination, for the lack of a better word. It's not a destination, it's an activity. Like this concept of living your best life, it's not like, okay, once I do this, my life will be perfect. It's never the case. I don't think there is a certain thing as a perfect life, because perfection should be a verb, like perfect, that concept of perfect, it should be a verb, it's constantly moving. And I like the idea of like, we shouldn't be called human beings, we should be called human becomings, because we are constantly growing and upgrading. I mean, as long as you're like actually consciously working on yourself and improving yourself, right? So face your fears and do it again and again. Like write down your fears, go through the list, and just slay those dragons one by one and put in those reps. And I've always liked to emphasize this, but going through that list of like, going through my biggest fears and just slaying it one at a time, God, it has changed my life in so many ways. So many ways, not even funny. And the reason I'm able to like make videos like this is because I used to have a fear of public speaking. I used to have a fear of speaking into the camera. But then you do that a couple hundred times, and then now it's become so damn easy. It becomes like a skill. And not only do I not fear it anymore, but I actually find joy in doing this now. I actually want to come out and speak in front of the camera. I actually want to be on the stage speaking to people. You actually find enjoyment in it. And imagine that, right? Like one of your greatest fears turning into one of your greatest joys. So there's two choices. There's, you know, like the typical Matrix example, the blue pill or the red pill. One path, you have the life of the coward. And I think the ultimate price that the coward pays is a life of regret. And there's the other path, the red pill, where you conquer the fears. You abolish the ego, you see the resistance, you see the excuse making, but you go through it anyways. And that's the red pill, and that can lead to your ideal parallel destiny, right? Like imagine a multiverse where one of those multiverses is your ideal life, is your ideal universe. You want to be striving towards that, realizing the potential and extracting as much potential as possible. And I believe one way you can do that is by facing your fears and doing it again and again and going through the resistance again and again. So the path is yours to choose. One is a lifetime of regret. One is heeding to the call, heeding to your hero's journey. You gotta free your mind, Neo. You gotta free your mind. That's all I had for this video. Hope you found this one useful, and I'll talk to you in the next one.